Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's Arena time. So I'm back with the Arena Priest deck, which has so many duplicates of strong cards, it's scarily halfway to constructed. I mean, if I could pick cards to have two or more of, Thoughtsteal, Dark Cultist, Holy Nova would be pretty high on the list. It also features not just a legendary, but actually Kel'Thuzad, who's a pretty hardcore one and probably harder to deal with in the arena than in constructed. And it has as many copies of Light Bomb, one of my favorite cards from the expansion. It has as many copies of Light Bomb as my actual constructed Priest deck. So, we're going to see how it goes. As I noted before, it does have a lot of cards that are not minions. There are a lot of very powerful cards, but it's definitely going to be susceptible to getting those hand clogs, where you have all minion enchantments, like buff spells for minions, and minion killing things, and no actual minions to gain any ground with. That can easily happen. I also have the Mass Dispel, which is a very powerful card, but I tend to not play with it because it's so easy for it to be kind of a dead card in your hand. And it replaces itself. It's got a draw built in, so that's awesome. But at 4 mana, it's really expensive to clear that hand clog. We're going to get rid of Silverhand because he's expensive. I didn't get any of my copious number of good 2-mana plays. We'll hope I get one soon, but we're running out of time already. Lots of good 3-mana plays and 1 hand-clogging Mass Dispel, as more or less predicted. No no fast start from the Rogue, but she's still got her coin. She could play something pretty good now, and I would just be answering with mining. Okay, well, he's pretty effective. Where were you a couple turns ago? Well, it's a bit late now. I think we're just going to play the Spider Tank. There's kind of a high chance of it dying, and I just assume have the Dark Cultist die when there's something in place to benefit. If I put him out, definitely this guy is going to find a way to deal 1 damage and then trade. Stab him, take some damage. That is okay. My deck is going to draw a lot of cards if it lives long enough. I have so many card drawing-y type things. I could play him and have them on the board. It's tempting to Thoughtsteal now, because there's no threat on the board. Next turn for 5 mana I could play this, or I could play those two, but having a minion on the board would be much better than having no minions on the board, because he can help me control, kill the stuff that's out there. I'm going to do that. Next turn I could play this, or I could heal him and still Thoughtsteal, potentially. I hate wasting the mana there, but it was probably going to get wasted with Thoughtsteal anyway, and having a 3/4 out who can attack is pretty beneficial, especially since I could draw Velen's Chosen. Okay. It would be too fortunate. Now, I could try and Thoughtsteal to see if that would get me something to kill that. Or I could just go with the fighting plan of play this, which is a lot of meat. Let's just do that. Put a lot of stats on the table and do some damage. And sure, the Spectral Knight can pick someone off, but you don't want to kill him. It makes the other ones bigger. If you kill him, you're taking a horrendous amount of damage. That's fine. We'll work it out somehow. Velen's Chosen. It's not going to be big enough to take him out, unfortunately. So, choices. If I really wanted to, I could Mass Dispel, get rid of his taunt, trade this guy for that, which would be okay. Hit for another 3. It would only leave me with 2 mana. I mean, I could play the Kobold, but he wouldn't be all that exciting now, would he? You could also Thoughtsteal. Velen's Chosen would make him a 5 whatever, not enough to kill that. Although I could do that, kill it, and then finish it with stabbing. And that would leave him, he would take 3 damage, but he'd actually be up to a 5/5 at that point. That's pretty good. Yeah, and then if this is dead, then he can trade there anyway. Okay, I'm sold. That's the wrong card.
My fate is sealed.
I forgot I was playing Rogue a whole bunch. That's not going to work out quite as I had planned or described. We're just going to trade this here and play some targets for when something inevitably kills him. Turns out healing and stabbing are not exactly the same. Very close, but slightly different. That's what I get by playing Misconstructed Rogue before going into the game. And she's a rogue. She is like putting it into my head. Okay, so that guy is big and not susceptible to dispelling. It's unfortunate. I could hit him for 3 with this. It's not really going to do the job. I think we're going to Thought Steal and see what we get first off. Eviscerate. Well, if I had enough mana left, I could do that. Oh, I guess I still can, because if I play this, the Eviscerate does 5, he does 2, that works out. In fact, it works out exactly to 1 dead. Ogre. Next turn, if the situation is favorable, I could literally just Kel'Thuzad. Or I can play him, heal something. I have some options here. Kel'Thuzad gives me pretty strong options if my guys aren't dead already. Speaking of dead... Oh! That was a pretty accurate Mad Bomber. Boo! And that's dead now, so Kel'Thuzad is not probably going to be the best play. Unfortunately. Oh, definitely not. And actually, that's going to mess him up, too. I won't have enough mana to Wolf Rider that and play him. Jeeves is not going to make a lot of sense. Is he ever not? So that's actually very annoying. Now, I could Mass Dispel to get rid of that power and largely to draw a card. That's not going to get me very far, but I am way ahead in terms of damage and stuff. It's a waste of the Mass Dispel, but the card would be nice. We don't want to play Jeeves, because I'm sure it's more likely to benefit my opponent. My hand is big and slow. Let's just see what I draw, and it will also get rid of Cobra Power. Mostly to draw, though. So, yeah, he's a 3/2. He's as good as anything. His shrinkage doesn't matter at all. Since it's only until the end of my turn, it's not for a whole round. But that is okay. I like that better than wasting him. Now I can go Lord of the Arena and him. There's never enough mana to go Kel'Thuzad and him, but we'll do what we can. It's sometimes hard to get the right situation for Kel'Thuzad, for Kelly. We're going to try. Holy Nova would kill off these two, and that would be pretty good. That plus him would not quite kill off the Spectral, unfortunately. The Jeeves is not going to work out quite right. Could just play the Lord of the Arena. That might take out some stuff. I think we're just going to do that for now. And I could heal myself, or I could trade the Wolf Rider for one of those guys. It'd be nice to play it after getting Kel'Thuzad out, although if I'm trying to wait for a good time, it may never come. Still, my opponent's at half my health. Her army is not infinitely better than mine. Okay, now it is. That sucks. I guess I should have Holy Nova'd, but then I would have had, like, nothing out. Tools are stabilizing a little bit more than I would like. Thought Steal! See, here's my stuff getting clogged up. Holy Nova now doesn't kill that much. I could Holy Nova, play the Wolf Rider, and kill that, and still end up in not the ideal situation. With Kel'Thuzad, he's a 6/8. I mean, it would take a lot to bring him down, but it's not going to benefit me as much as I would like. I could Thought Steal, but that's really rolling the dice, because after that, I can't do this play anymore. Now, let's just blow some cards. Give one more aggressive with him. If I did dump my hand, I could Jeeves, but again, it is quite likely to backfire. I'm guessing she has cheaper cards than I do on average. Or at least cheaper cards than my hand right now with the 8-cost boy here. Sprint. Wow. Well, Jeeves is looking a lot better, but that's ugly. She did pick a pretty good time. It's not like I could do much. But damn. Light Bomb. I'm happy with Light Bomb. Light Bomb will kill them off. Jeeves only draws cards until you hit 3, so he's not going to help me right now, but I'm going to Thought Steal and then probably Light Bomb and kill those guys. Nice. Okay. Very good. Of course, since she drew a billion cards, it's unlikely I'm going to get a clear board to put out Kel'Thuzad. It doesn't have to be clear, it just has to be like a situation where he's not going to die for no reason right away while taking my whole turn to cast him. That is ugliness. I wish I have my Mass Dispelling back. Where were you early in the game when you didn't suck? So that's 10 damage you could hit me for there. Play him, Stalker, and I could heal myself or do 4 damage to something. It's just 4 damage is not enough. Now, I could play him and the Stalker. At this point, it'd probably be worth it. I'm not going to get any fun Kel'Thuzadness out there, but she would probably be compelled to trade her guys for him. Because the other things I can put out are not big enough to stabilize the situation worth a damn. So, yeah, I guess that's where it's going to be. It's hard to get him going the way I want it to sometimes. It's like a Cult Master. You need the same sort of situation. You need to have a bunch of stuff out. And if you can trade your stuff, that's perfect. But you do have to have a bunch of stuff out, and it's easy to not be in a situation to do that. So that really hurts, because I was kind of counting on some of these guys being spent to get rid of him. Now I'm going to be in a bad place. And I don't think I have enough taunt in here to really back me up. This guy, like, playing these two guys in one turn was really rough. I just could not stabilize things. And yeah, that's not going to help. I am very dead.
I must consider.
Heal myself up to 11. There's still going to easily be 11 points, even if I've killed this guy. I can't kill anyone but him because I have to attack him first. So yeah, not very good. I think it just doesn't matter too much at this point. Couldn't finish opponent. Opponent drew 4 cards. But yeah, I just wasn't able to get that board control back. I don't know how I managed that, but even Light Bomb was not enough. Drawing all my 2-cost guys later in the game wasn't very helpful, though. Let's try again. See if I can get a little bit better mix of stuff in my hand. Rogue had a lot of untargetable guys. A lot of Spectral Knights. He was very strong.
Anduin versus Malfurion. I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay. See, this is one of those hand clog sort of hands. We're going to keep the Villain's Chosen because it can lead to a really good start, but I need to get a 2-cost minion, at least one. Yeah, we can try. Chosen plus Wolf Rider equals 6 mana, 5/5 charge. It's kind of funny. Not particularly special, just funny. Okay, no first turn for you. I could coin out the Gilbin Stalker, but since the rest of my hand is kind of slowish, I don't think that's going to help me too much. So I'm going to live with my opponent probably getting a drop on him. Thing is, if I play this after, this still controls where it goes. So I could coin out the Wolf Rider to kill that. That would be a silly play. But it does mean next turn I could potentially get myself a 4/7 Stalker, hit that, end up with a 4/4. Oh, that is a lot of beatdown on the table. That means between them they can totally kill it, which is too bad. But I think the best... Well, I could save this, since I'm not going to get that far anyway. I could just trade him for that, coin out the Dragonling mechanic, and try and use that to handle that thing. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yeah. I think I'm at the problem where my deck may have too much card drawing, with 3 Thought Steals, Jeeves. The Mass Dispel is, again, kind of... It slows you down like pure card drawing cards do. There's a ton of stuff in here that is efficient, but it's dedicated to drawing cards more than to winning. What a beating I am taking this game. Okay. So now, I could Villain's Chosen on her, kill that, trade... He didn't save the mana to Kung Fu, so I can trade that and end up with not a lot of opponent stuff. He's pretty good. And at 6 health, she's pretty good. I'm actually going to heal myself. May not be the smartest. It makes it more possible for him to take her out, but it would still take some kind of significant card. So next turn I can Temple Enforcer or Argent Commander. It sure looks like I'm in a slightly better position next turn. Okay. Kel'Thuzad. You look a lot like Kel'Thuzad. I'm not going to kill that. I don't have a good way to add any attack to this, and killing that while keeping it alive would be too much effort. We're just going to drop more minionage. Especially since there's a possibility that I could, in not too long, it would be really nice to have board control with minions, and then put out Kel'Thuzad and just guarantee a win. Because you don't have to trade your army and then get your army back very many times to more or less guarantee a win under most circumstances. Wrath. Boo.
I'm ready to learn.
This would be a good time to draw Holy Nova, I think. No, Light Bomb would not help me that much. Not right now. So, I could Thought Steal, but what would I actually get from the Thought Steal? I'm not sure. Thought Steal, I can still send out the Wolf Rider to kill that if I have to. So let's see what I can do. Wrath. Wrath would kill that more efficiently, drawing me a card. Just infinite card drawing. Deck myself. A Rusty Horn. I can give this guy Taunt. Neato. Should I do that, or just kill it and heal? I think I should still kill and heal. I can do the Taunt later. This looks a lot like board control. And I'm hoping it'll look a lot more like board control with a Lich on my side. I have a pretty powerful hand. I have way more cards than my opponent. Remember, one of his cards is a thingy, spare part as well. Whereas I'm approaching hand size. My deck might be vulnerable to milling because it draws so many cards. But then again, I'm not decking myself the same way because the 3 Thought Steals, which are increasing my number of cards, are not actually taking cards from my deck. Yeah, you got to do something impressive, or you're gonna have a bad day. You're not going to like it. You're not going to lich it. No. Do you have a way to finish him? Because it'll be really annoying. If you have a Wrath and you can finish him. If you have not something to finish him, then you might be sad. That could... Nope, you're going to be sad. It is a sad day for you. Full heal. Poison Seeds. This would be... You know, Poison Seeds, I don't like that card so much. There are often a lot of situations that are not very great for Poison Seeds. This would be a good situation for Poison Seeds. It's just going to do damage to Kel'Thuzad and hope you can somehow finish him, even though you couldn't finish this guy last turn. You're so beyond dead. Look at my handful of cards. Like, not even remotely close. Just going to suicide. Nope. You're still trying. Good luck with that. Mass Dispel. That is unnecessary right now. Nope. I think we're going to want the Wolf Rider. Kel'Thuzad likes Wolf Riders. And him, or no, let's do the Frostwolf Warlord. I should, if I was smarter, he'd be bigger, because I could have done him before trading the wolf. We're going to give him Taunt, in case. At this point, so even if my opponent draws an efficient card for killing Kel'Thuzad, just another swipe or something, he's going to be so far in the hole, and I still have way more cards. There's no coming back from that. It is surrender time. This is not the match you are looking for. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not your fault, dude. That was insane. So, 2 utter stomps to victory, and one time I just could not get a foothold. We've reached the fork. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next time. Show some love to the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.